I'm making this video to impress upon guys the importance of having standards and how their standards are directly correlated to the behavior that a lot of these American chicks are exhibiting. And to be more specific, I hear a lot of American guys that complain, about how women in this country have diva complexes, have princess complexes, and are stuck up, regardless of how attractive they are, regardless of how much they weigh, regardless of, how old they are. And it seems like women here really have, no idea as far as to what they can expect in regards to getting a guy at their level. And I think that, the diva complexes and the princess complexes that a lot of men are seeing from these women, it's a result of men lowering their standards. Going out, and I live in a decent sized city, so I'm around, when I go out on a Friday, Saturday night, I'm around guys that have money, guys that are flashy, And for example, I'll be at a club and, I'll see guys in the city that I'm at pull up to the club in a Ferrari or Maserati, Porsche, what have you. And, outside of the club, I'll say, well, damn, this guy, he's just pulled up in a Porsche, or Ferrari, or whatever, and, he's probably going to be in the club bagging chicks like nothing. And it's funny because, I'll be in that same club and, at some point I'll glance over at the bar and I'll see that same guy at the bar hovering over some unattractive, overweight chick that's completely below the level that he deserves. And it's that type of interaction with men that causes these women to have the complexes they have, to be stuck up. It's because American guys don't set standards for themselves. When you're a wealthy guy, when you're successful, when you're a millionaire, it's taken a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of effort to get to your level. And when you get to that point in your life, you should expect a woman that represents the effort that you put in. So I just don't understand why, in America, it seems like even the wealthy, successful men have a lack of standards. And it's only in America. Because when I travel overseas and I'm around successful and wealthy men, they're only fucking with the baddest bitches. You will not see a man pushing a Ferrari or Porsche riding with an ugly fat chick. You'll only see that shit here in the States. And when you're overseas, overweight, ugly, unattractive woman, they know their place. They're the nicest, friendliest, easiest woman you'll ever meet. Because the men in their countries set high standards for themselves, and they say, you're only going to be able to fuck with me if you're at a certain level. So fat, unattractive women overseas aren't going to even expect or even think they can ever get with a guy that's, let's say a millionaire. I guarantee you, if you went to Colombia and if you were around Colombian guys that were, balling out of control, making millions of dollars, you'd be hard pressed to find a rich ass Colombian guy with a subpar fat chick. You're not going to see it. If you're in Colombia around rich-ass Colombian guys, they're going to be with bad bitches. Point blank, period. You're not going to see wealthy-ass, rich-ass Colombian guys with fat chicks like you see here in the States. You're not going to see wealthy, successful Colombian guys at a bar in Bogota spitting game to some ugly chick like you see here. And it's those reactions from guys that women receive here in the States that cause them to be so stuck up, that cause them to have the complexes that they do. And that's why it seems like women in this country, regardless of how attractive they are, how much they weigh, how old they are, regardless of any of that, it seems like they all tend to be stuck up and tend to have high standards and expect the cream of the crop, which is ludicrous, But it's not ludicrous when you witness the attention that they're receiving from men that are way above their level. And honestly, where do I think that stems from? I think a lot of these guys are thirsty. A lot of these guys want a quick nut, and they lower their standards so much, because they say, well, a fat chick will be an easy beat. But, it's better to maintain your self-respect, have your standards, and only go for the best, or, just hold out until you travel overseas, because you're contributing to this problem. The problem of, these women in this country, thinking they're more than what they're worth, And so, I just wanted to make this video, because I think a lot of guys, it's important for guys to set high standards for themselves. And even if you're not a millionaire, you should still set high standards for yourself. When you travel overseas and you're in a place where you have the ability to hook up with bad chicks, video models, when you come back to the States, your standards are going to be sky high. So it's important for all guys to have standards, and especially guys that are successful, especially guys that have achieved, a certain amount of success or wealth in their life. Because I just don't understand how you can, put in all that work and all that effort throughout your life only to lower yourself to chicks that aren't deserving of your presence. I mean, it doesn't make sense. So, that's all I got to say. I hope this gets through to a lot of guys. And I hope guys really think about this, because, it'll really, change the game and make these chicks, see what they are and know what they can get.